what is our GDP? 49.55 to be exact, right? So 50 is close to 50. Our population is 2,860,000. Well, we have to look at how the GDP is generated, that is from the working people. According to last year's statistics, 10 year and over, because I think in farms and so on, small children also work. So therefore they have a 10 year and over, 15 years, 20 years, so they are 10 year and over, we have 7.7 million. Right? So let's divide. No, let's forget about the foreign remittance, because they are not contributing. The GDP minus foreign remittance divided by global labor force. So this is exactly the point what Lalit pointed out. It is 5,897. Right? So then you get okay. There is this. Now government is promoting FDI. So the FDI also in this equation. So if you remove FDI, which was 1.06 billion in 2010, you have okay $5,760 per person. Right? So comparison, right? $2,211 per person foreign remittance, whereas our local person is generating on the average 2.38 times more. So then ask the question, is the government going in the correct direction? So that is what you are saying.
But there's a very important point.
Right? So there's a sharp increase. We talked about this. So then the government is saying, okay, we are not getting money. That's their story. So, well, if you look at the percentage wise, it's true there is a decline in tax income as a percentage of GDP, but if you look at the tax revenue, it has followed the GDP, right? So that means government has money. They can't say they don't have money. Right? So these are central bank report. Right? So the GDP is rising. That day I also asked you the question, what has happened to our government?
So basically you are saying
government expenditure on education, no education. If it decline, I think okay, we can agree. Right? So therefore I am asking you, is our government giving us a fair share? So now somebody can say, okay, the GDP is rising, so therefore the government income is less. Well, I think what you have to look at is, my point is, okay, let's look at the education expenditure respect to GDP, right? Thailand, okay, the Cuba had how much? 13 points. But if you look at the Cuba, government income is about 40% of the GDP. So therefore they can spend a lot of money. I think that's why you have to compare with respect to the government income. So I want to normalize with respect. So if you normalize with that, okay, this is a tax to GDP. That is the ratio, percentage. This is the education to GDP ratio as a percentage. If you divide that, what the government is giving for education out of tax, Thailand is 30%, right? Bangladesh is 28%, India is 23%, UK is 13%, Japan is 12%, Sri Lanka is 11%. So we are in the developed world. Right? So you see, in the UK, we are developed countries, the system is there. So I think they can spend less. But the developing countries, you can see the developing countries, they want to invest more on people. Therefore, there can be a sizable amount going to education. So I think this is the important point I want to make. I think Puta can take this up and
yes, certainly. And also what you have to see is that in UK and Japan, there is specification component of private money going into the
So that in these countries, that's less. I think that's why.
So in a country where the education is mostly by government, this should be about 35.
Exactly. So this is the point I want to make, right?